Hey everybody, and welcome to the November 24th edition of the WDW Newscast. I'm Lou Mongello, author of the Walt Disney World trivia books and the audio guides to Walt Disney World. I'm also the host of WDW Radio and the publisher of Celebrations Magazine. Welcome and hope you enjoy each week coming together where we discuss the latest Walt Disney World news in an interactive format live in the video chat room every Wednesday night at 7:30 Eastern, where I invite you to come by, discuss it real time, and we'll talk about it here on the show. And if you can't make it, I invite you to come by and comment over in the YouTube channel, youtube.com/WDW Radio. Remember, you can also get notified of breaking news videocasts as well as other newscasts and videos that I'll be doing by subscribing to me over on twitter.com/Lou Mongello and the Facebook page at facebook.com/WDW Radio. All right, let's get right into the news this week. The big news, especially on a tech front, was that Disney teamed up with Gowalla online service for their sort of first foray into the location-based services like Foursquare and Facebook have done before. What this does is it allows people with smartphone devices to keep up with friends and share what they're doing while they're on the go. For people who are going to the Disney parks, it gives them a chance to find new ways to explore and again share what they're doing with others. What you do is you take your smart device, you go to the parks, you can collect passport stamps, you can go through custom Gowalla Disney pages, you can find other people who may be in the park with you at the same time, maybe even on the same attraction, and along the way you can collect, sort of as a passport, these digital stamps. Gowalla also has a way for you to explore specially created trips at the Disney parks. So they're bundled kind of by age and by interest. So if you have little kids, there's sort of a trip that you can go and try and collect all the passports for things in the Magic Kingdom, like PhilharMagic, Dumbo, Peter Pan's Flight. If you do the characters in the wild over at Disney's Animal Kingdom, you have to collect passports for Festival of the Lion King, Finding Nemo, and of course over in Disneyland, there's things for the holidays right now going on, like Santa's Reindeer Roundup, Believe in Holiday Magic, a lot more. And again, you've got this sort of virtual passport to carry with you. The other thing Disney's going to do with this is throughout the year, they're going to highlight special events that are going on in the parks through Gowalla. So that it's another way for Disney to connect directly with you about things that are going on. Again, it gives you the chance to collect more of these custom passport stamps. To find out more or to participate, you can join Gowalla at gowalla.com. You can also go visit gowalla.com/Walt Disney World /Disneyland or just /Disney. I see a lot of people already talking about this in the chat room, comparing it maybe to Foursquare. What I want to know is, do you like this? Do you like the idea of Disney sort of dipping their toe in a big way into this location-based service? I think it's very interesting that they went with Gowalla. A lot of people were surprised that they didn't go with something a little bit more established, a little bit broader, like a Foursquare. But I think the reason why is because Gowalla affords Disney the opportunity to create these custom passport stamps. And I have to admit, they look very, very cool. People in the chat room already saying it's a lot of fun. They are dipping their toe in. It's not full out. I think this is just sort of the first step that Disney's going to be doing with this. My question to other people in the chat room, and if you're watching on YouTube, I'd love for you to comment on this. Did the announcement by Disney make you go out and download and sign up for Gowalla? Because I did. I was never really a fan of the Facebook or the Foursquare location-based services. I felt that tweeting and checking in that way was a little bit too impersonal. I try and keep everything I tweet comes directly from me, and I said, well, if I want to tweet that I'm at the Magic Kingdom, I'm going to go and tweet that I'm at the Magic Kingdom and take a picture of wherever I am. This adds a whole nother element to it. And so for that reason, I downloaded it and I explored a little bit. And I'm looking forward to trying it when I go to Walt Disney World. How many of you, if any, so people are saying, yeah, they did go out and download Gowalla just for that reason. Mom Maven is saying she's a Foursquare user who downloaded Gowalla simply due to Disney. Disney is what sold me on Gowalla. People are saying they're going to download it when they go to the parks very soon. So let me ask you this. if you have downloaded Gowalla, are you only going to use it for Disney, or do you find yourself checking in at the Publix, the Dunkin' Donuts, wherever it is? I downloaded Gowalla again because of the partnership. Some people are downloading actually right now. Started checking in locally. I check in first on Foursquare, then on Gowalla. Haven't used it locally. So that mouse has a good question. It may spark meeting with fellow Disney fans, because if you're watching on Gowalla and if you have friends in the Disney community that are using it, you might see John check in over at Space Mountain. You're checking in at Peter Pan's flight. Next thing you know, you guys might try and meet up. And I think Disney is going to use this to maybe have some of these instantaneous types of meetups in the park. My only thought about this, and I'd love for you guys to comment specifically in the YouTube comment section on this, is will this make some people spend too much time walking around the parks doing this? Looking down at their devices instead of looking at their family, looking at the details. I'm always the one who's telling you to look up and look around to try and spot the details and the stories and these overlooked experiences. Now I think you're going to see even more people looking down, checking in, tweeting, all these kind of things. I wonder if that takes away from the experience at all. I'm sort of just throwing it out there to get your opinion on it. Some people are saying they're doing already, they already do that. They're looking down too much. It is a distraction, some people are saying. Yeah, some people are agreeing that, yeah, it does sort of make people look down. I would rather have them look around the parks more, but who knows? Maybe, depending on how Disney uses this, they may be having you find things through Gowalla that you can eventually locate in the parks. So again, depending on how they do this, could be a really, really good move on Disney's part. Again, I think this is going to, time is going to really tell. Will the check-ins give tips and pointers to find points of interest on property? Jason, I think that's a great question. Again, how far Disney decides to go out with this and what Gowalla can do. And again, I think that's why they went with Gowalla as opposed to something married to a Facebook platform or even Foursquare that might not have that functionality, is because they're sort of thinking the scalability of what that platform will bring. Again, there's a lot more to talk about this. I'd love to get your comments and your thoughts on it. Some people are saying I'm sharing special moments with others. So yeah, does this sort of continue on with Disney's idea of, you know, making those memories and sharing it with others? This may be another extension of what they're doing with their latest campaign. So real quick, going over to Disney's Hollywood Studios, just want to quickly mention that there's going to be a new daytime parade debuting on January 16th, 2010. It's going to be the Pixar Pals Countdown to Fun. At one point it was called Pixar Pals Cavalcade. The official name is Pixar Pals Countdown to Fun. It's going to have music and characters from The Incredibles, Bugs Life, Monsters, Inc., Toy Story, Ratatouille, and Up. So those are going to be the new additions. If you like Block Party Bash, it is going to be going away on or about January 1st, so right after the holiday season. So I wanted to mention this for a couple of reasons. I wanted to ask if you liked Block Party Bash, what your favorite daytime parade is. And I think it's interesting because it seems as though the debate that was going on over Pixar characters in the parks has subsided, maybe even ended for a lot of people. I think initially there was a lot of discussion about the Pixarization of lands and even parks like Disney's Hollywood Studios. I no longer think that seems to be the case. Some people are saying that they are looking forward to it. They'd love to see a Wall-E. I, for one, am a huge Wall-E fan. We've talked in the past about that living character initiative, Wall-E, that we'd love to see come to the parks. Haven't seen it as yet. Again, I think people have always loved the Pixar films. They now understand and appreciate and enjoy that sort of marriage of Disney and Pixar, and it no longer seems like this other company coming and bringing their characters. They really do seem like they are Disney characters now. Again, I'd love for you to comment in the comment section if you agree. Do you like the Pixar characters come in? Do you think it's too much? And maybe are you sad to see the Block Party Bash go away? I've got to mention it this week because the news came out after the last WDW newscast. The big news that everybody was talking about this past week was obviously the announcement of Hyperion Wharf, this changeover, this reimagining of Pleasure Island to Hyperion Wharf. I've been talking about it a lot. I've been getting a lot of requests. I was interviewed on Fox 35. The Orlando Sentinel is going to run a piece on Friday, and people seem to have very passionate responses to this, many of whom are excited about it in the chat room. Can't wait for it. Can't wait for it. Sounds great. Like the concept, maybe not the name. Think that's going to be great. A lot of people have also obviously brought up the fact about the Adventures Club. I think there seems to be a relatively small, in global terms, but very vocal, very passionate group of people that love the Adventures Club. And I've said on numerous occasions, and I'm speculating, that I don't believe the Adventures Club is going to be part of the plans for Hyperion Wharf, nor will you see that same type of show environment. What I think that you're going to see, and I've mentioned this many, many times, is sort of that interactive experience that's going to be paired with sort of a dinner experience, maybe a dinner show that'll run a couple of times a night, like a Hoop-de-Doo or a Spirit of Aloha dinner show. What I like about this idea is the fact, well, a couple of things, really. Number one, it's going to make Pleasure Island, Hyperion Wharf, once again a family-friendly destination. And that's going to now hold true for all of downtown Disney. Because remember, for a long time, kids couldn't even get into Pleasure Island, let alone walk through it. You had to pay to get in. And then when they did go through, there often were times that there were people doing shots in front of the beach club, and it wasn't necessarily conducive to the most family-friendly environment. And many of us go to Walt Disney World with our children. We look for things to do at night, maybe outside of the parks. I think Hyperion Wharf is very much going to bring that to the table. The other thing, too, is that it's free. Somebody compared it to a grander scale Disney Quest, and I respectfully disagreed in that Disney Quest is something that you need to pay to go into. It's a very closed environment. Here, there's going to be a lot of atmospheric entertainment. You saw in the concept art there were jugglers and people juggling fire. There's going to be a lot of music. There's going to be a lot of open air spaces for free, family-friendly entertainment. So if you're looking for something to do with the entire family outside the park, maybe you don't want to spend a day or a park ticket, or you want to do something for a half day, you can go, you can shop, you can walk around, you can browse, but still there is something for adults and couples to do as well. Because at night, although there's no nightclub experiences, you do have nice restaurants. There is going to be a lot of live music and entertainment. So I think it's going to be a nice addition. It's going to make downtown Disney, finally, I think, a destination. Because it's going to be something different during the day as opposed to this lighted spectacle that they're talking about at night. Part of the use of the word Hyperion, not just referring to the location of Walt's original studio, but Hyperion, God of Light. They made a very specific reference to that because I think they're really going to make this a very bright, very vibrant and energetic nighttime area. Some people like the idea. Some people are talking about parking. Parking sometimes is already an issue. They like the fact that it's going to be family-centered. Again, I think that was the big issue with Pleasure Island. Hyperion Wharf sounds and looks like a wonderful idea. I agree. I think this nostalgic throwback to this portside village, and we've already heard some rumors about other companies that may be coming in this waterside location. And we saw, again, that concept art of that open-air theater right on the water overlooking Saratoga Springs. I think is really, really going to be nice. They're also bringing other aspects to it as well. The AMC is going to get new digital technology in the theaters. There's going to be something called a concession stand of the future. I don't know what that means, but there's also going to be Florida's first fork and screen theater. So you'll be able to, and this is great for guys like me, eat and watch at the same time because there'll be table service dining inside the theater as you're watching Tron Legacy. We'll get to that. Again, there's an extension of Lego Imagination Center. That's going to be increased by 3,500 square feet. So, again, there's things for adults. There's things for kids. I think there's something for somebody of every age. And now we're seeing a lot more of these third-party companies coming in with food, entertainment, a lot of different dining options. We talked about the healthy dining option over at Pollo Campero and Fresh Appeal, the gluten-free bakery over at Baby Cakes NYC. So I think this is going to be the thing that for those few people that sometimes ventured off property for a different experience, for something to do at night, this is going to be what keeps them there. A lot of people, again, excited about what's going on. Some people are excited, the kids are excited about Legos. Some people are looking forward to trying baby cakes. I certainly have one of those as well. They like the options. So I would love for you guys to comment and voice your opinions as to what you think of Hyperion Wharf, what you like, what maybe you don't like, and what you'd like to see there. Now, I do want to just touch on a couple of rumors about Hyperion Wharf. You know, I don't normally talk about rumors, but I think sometimes they're fun for discussion. One thing I do want to point out was I got a number of emails about the concept art, asking me about the names of the restaurants in there, saying, well, I've done a search for this, I've Googled this, and I can't find it, and they're trying to find all these derivations of it and what the references mean. The names on the concept art of the restaurants are completely fictitious. They mean nothing. They're obviously going to change when they come in. Again, we've already started hearing rumors about possibly Steve Schussler's group coming in with a restaurant called Mahogany Bay. Again, that was only mentioned in the Minneapolis Star-Tribune. That's why I mentioned it here. There's been no confirmation from Disney or Schussler. You know the name Schussler from Rainforest Cafe, T-Rex. He's got a lot of other franchises around the country as well. There's also been a few new rumors about a possible trolley car system coming into downtown Disney. This is something that they're bringing over to Disney's California Adventure. I think maybe people might just be saying, well, this would be a great addition to this Hyperion as well. Looking at the map, which I did in great detail over the last couple of days, if it happened, it would obviously have to be on the street side because of the way that Pleasure Island and downtown Disney and the marketplace and the west side are all set up, making it really more of a conveyance than sort of a tour, sort of a sightseeing type of thing. I think Disney kind of likes the idea of you starting maybe on one end, you know, starting in the marketplace, working your way down, ending over on the west side or in Pleasure Island, Hyperion Wharf for some dining and entertainment options. There's also been rumors of changes coming to the Virgin Megastore. Right now, Ridemakers is temporarily occupying that space. I've heard about everything from one giant vendor coming in to possibly like a little mini mall, a small sort of conglomeration of specialty stores inside the old Virgin Megastore location. It'd be very interesting to see what they do with that. There's also been a rumor of Cirque du Soleil possibly developing a new show to coincide with the opening of Hyperion Wharf. So a Disney Minnie Mouse Mall. So again, I would love to hear your thoughts on maybe being an Imagineer for a day. Tell me what you would like to see come into Hyperion Wharf. Or maybe that's the question that I'll leave you with this week is, if you're Imagineer for a day, if you're CEO for the day, what kind of shopping, dining, entertainment experiences, whether existing or ones that you just sort of come up with, would you like to see in Hyperion Wharf? Again, I invite you to comment here in the YouTube channel. If you're watching live online, you can comment there, or if you're watching on YouTube, comment there. We'll continue the discussion online. So that's going to do it for this week's WDW Newscast. Tomorrow, I got to make a quick mention. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving here in the United States, and I want to tell you sincerely that I am thankful to all of you. I do consider you my friends, whether we have met or not, and I always appreciate you taking the time to tune in and for the support and for allowing me to share my passion with Disney for you. So I am thankful every day that I wake up on the right side of the grass, but tomorrow I am especially thankful for you, and I want to wish you all a very happy Thanksgiving if you celebrate. Don't forget, please come by WDWRadio.com. There you'll find the weekly podcast. You'll also find the blog. This week's blog entries include everything from finding out how you can join the WDW Radio running team for the Walt Disney World half and full marathon in January. Help us raise money for the Make-A-Wish Foundation through our Dream Team project. You can also read about the top 10 unsung attraction heroes for kids at Walt Disney World and vote in this month's caption contest. Also check out this past week's show where we do a DSI Disney scene investigation of Main Street USA's Town Square with Jim Korkis. Next week, got a lot of exciting things planned as well. Also, make sure you come by DisneyMeets.com, find out about upcoming meets in and around Walt Disney World. Don't forget to also check out the free iPhone app, Celebrations Magazine, and if you want to call in, be heard on the air, you can always call 888-703-2171. That's going to do it. I am Lou Mongello from WDW Radio. Thanks so much for watching. See ya.